Good morning, all. This is the final day at SEMA, the Chongqing International Motorcycle Show. Some viewers was asking me what I thought the star of the show was. I think the Voge bikes was most impressive to me. This is their 500S that was launched, and they also have a few adventure bikes, and I'm very tempted to get the 625 Adventure.
I mentioned before that they closed off a stretch of the car park to let people wheelie and get their knee down. Unfortunately for some, they didn't make the corner. I hope the riders are okay, and I hope just hurt of their pride. I'm not going to risk getting copyright, so I've turned down all the sound, and I'm going to voice over this. I'm going to do a first few minutes of a walkthrough. Funny enough, Sunday was the quietest day, being today. Bender is this stand, you've got KO and you've got Voge and Zedex Moto coming up. But we came on Friday, it was absolutely packed. I thought it was press day, but it wasn't. It was open to the public. Friday was actually the most packed day. Yesterday was packed, but not as bad as Friday. And today you can see is very comfortable to walk around. So if anyone consider coming to this next year, come on a Saturday or Sunday, don't come on a Friday. At last, I managed to get into the Kove booth. It was absolutely packed over the weekend. Friday, I believe the owner was here, and Saturday there was a celebrity because they're launching this 625 mid-size adventure bike. Personally, I just thought it was a bit normal. It doesn't attract me, so I didn't really film it much. I'm only really filming the things that attracted my eye, and so I gave it a miss. So the first few minutes, I'm just going to take you a quick walkthrough. They are 6 halls. It's the same size as this, and I'm just taking you through probably 1/3 of this hall. Now, my favorite brand for the show was this Voge. I didn't realize they made so many bikes, custom, sports, and adventure. And to me personally, their quality was really good for a Chinese bike. This is the 500cc. Trinity had a little ride and she loved it, but I'm here because 3 days in a row, and I've looked at this 3 times and I test rode it twice. I absolutely love this 625DS, I think it's called. All the lights on it is accessories, so it doesn't come with the lights, it comes with the crash bars, adjustable suspension, adjustable screen. The panniers is an optional extra at 4,000 RMB, which is £400. This bike is £3,200 equivalent, 32,000 RMB. I checked up the website. This is actually in the UK for £6,000 and £1,000 extra for the panniers. Now next to it is the 900 model, which I test rode on Saturday. I test rode the 600 on Friday. I found it really nice. It handles really nice, but I am a real sucker for looks, and I really like the looks of the 600 on the front especially. But this 900 is nice. Again, all these accessories, I believe there's about £2,500 worth of accessories on. Again, this is the 500R, and it's in all black, which is always nice on a bike. I know there are many doubters on Chinese bikes, which I do agree with because there are some suspect manufacturers out there from China, but Voge is definitely not. The quality is top notch. I explained to Trinity a little bit more about how to check out for quality, and now she can help me spot the bad ones. This one is a Zedex Moto, which I probably will go to the stand later. This is the entry model. I think I did a very short clip on it on one of my Bender 250 vlogs last year, or the year beginning of the year. They are nice looking bikes, but because they budget, I believe this white one is a 250 or 400. I didn't really see it properly. These come in around £2,000. I mean, sorry, my eyesight's really bad. I think it's 400. And I'm back onto the Voge 625 DS. I absolutely love this bike. I just had to come back and have a look at it again. And the accessories in China is very affordable. So even if I chucked all them lights and bits on it, it works out to be about £1,000 extra with all these accessories. I'm not going to try and understand what this stand is all about because they have their own bikes and then they've got some really funky front end to it. A viewer has requested more girls, so more girls you get on this vlog. This brand called Marshall has a massive stand. They make some custom stuff and all these other various bikes, but I don't know why they're so empty on this stand. Maybe because people don't know the name. I certainly have never heard of them, but they have got some nice looking bikes at really good prices for the Chinese market. And finally, onto the Zedex Moto stand. I believe this is the prototype of their new 825 sports bike coming up. They've got carbon ceramic brakes, which I doubt very much is going to make to the production model. And that swing arm doesn't look production either. It's got magnesium wheels, it's got raised pegs. So there's a lot of this bike, I believe, that is not going to make it to production. That swing arm looks very expensive. And those carbon ceramic brakes probably cost half the bike that they can sell it at. So that's definitely not going to make it into production. Fancy seeing one of these floating about. And of course, it won't be a show without Panigale with all these bits on it. This stand sells all sorts of goodies. Bolts on, pegs, handlebars, brake levers, carbon covers. This bike is just covered in goodies. I'll shut up and let you guys enjoy all the goodies. Just because I've never heard of them, it doesn't mean that they're not good. This one is Gozondi's, and they're using this particular sports model from this manufacturer to show off all their bolt-ons again. And it's pretty much the same all around. Handlebar guards and brake levers and various bits of carbon. For the female viewers, please don't judge me. I'm just giving what the viewers want. He's more girls sitting around on bikes and standing around on bikes. Now for the doubters, I first doubted this when I saw it. But when I saw what it was actually for, there are riders out there that want to ride bigger bikes that can't reach the ground. And also, if you're off-roading and you're not comfortable with off-roading, this system actually works very well. I know many bikers, including myself, wouldn't use it, but for some it comes in very handy. And here we are again with the Voge 600 with this system and the GS on the side. These are retractable with the handlebar controls. I tried one of these electric wheelie bike and they put it on a wheelie machine. The one I tried on Friday was brilliant. I mean, the electric bike was brilliant. You could actually control the wheelie. This one, I don't want to criticize, but I wasn't able to control this wheelie. It was either up or down, and there was something really uncomfortable when I gripped it with my knee, and I actually had some burns when I came off it. And yes, it was my own fault because I was wearing shorts, but there was something really rubbing against my knee when I gripped it. There was a massive queue coming to the Triumph stand on Friday and Saturday. Finally got in. These scramblers come in at £3,300 equivalent, and these ones are £3,000. But don't be disillusioned. The Triumph brand is not cheap. This particular Speed Triple was sold at the show and is showing a tag of close to £20,000. And I think this one was sold as well. Actually, all the Speed Triples were sold on site. And the Tigers as well. This Tiger comes in at a shade over £16,000. And this other Tiger 900 comes in at about £10,000. Triumph is actually a very sought after brand in China. And this particularly helmet stand caught my eye. All these off-road helmets come in between £60 and about £120, and they're all approved even to American standards. They've got the all the paperwork that shows it. Again, it's a shame that I have to use another accessory stand to show the CF Moto products. This is their 700MT, which I test rode. Nearly got one, but I didn't. And this is the Zedex Moto test track that you can test ride all their models at this test track. And of course, Honda has all their lineup here for testing. It's lunchtime now, so they lay all the cones down, but they do have the biggest test track here. Coming up next, they had a parade for all the delivery drivers and the service riders, all the food delivery riders and parcel delivery riders have their own little parade. The show can recognize what an important part of the society that they are. Food delivery and parcel delivery is a massive industry in China. So this is represented so the crowd can show their appreciation. And after the parade, each company has one of their riders or employees actually given a gift by SEMA themselves, each presented with a prize of 5,000 RMB. And I'm just showing this clip if anyone's wondering what I'm showing. I'll just pause for a second. Guess. Look around you. 60,000 visitors each day, 200,000 visitors, not a drop of litter. This one is a cyclone that I showed early on in the video that resembles a Diavo. He's test riding it. This is the cyclone test ride track. It's not as big as it. And next we were drawn to the stunt track because there was a lot of noise and a lot of smoke because it's the final day of the stunt competition. And we're left with two main contenders, although there were other stunt riders performing. This particular one was the favourite, but unfortunately he dropped his bike mid through the routine and another bike won the competition. And because I couldn't get close, I couldn't get any good footage, and so there's going to be just very two short vlogs on this part. This is the guy that actually won it. I had to mute the background sound because there was copyright music. After this part, I am again drawn to the Voge test track to show you more. They had a couple competitions going on and they had 4 bikes, a scooter, a custom and 2 adventure bikes. And basically they lay on the side, you have to pick it up and go around the bike with one hand and put the side stand back down. I don't think many made it, but the winner of the weekend gets 5,000 RMB, which is the equivalent of £500. And watch this guy, he nearly made the 3rd bike. Here we go. Nope. And in the parking lot, there's a Santi's adventure bike. It looks really nice. It's a shame I never really got to look at one of these. I didn't think they were at the show this year. Now I'm going to pan this camera around, and I would like the viewers to think what I'm actually showing you. I'll pause for about 2-3 seconds. I'll give you a guess. Just have a look around you and see what I'm trying to show you. Notice all the crash helmets on the motorbikes. Their owners just leave it on the bike without a worry in the world that someone's gonna come along and steal it. Just look. I'm not making it up. I have mentioned this before in my previous vlogs, that you can just leave things lying around. Many Western vloggers have done experiments with their laptops and their telephones in McDonald's and Starbucks, leaving it for hours on a time lapse on another camera, and it's still there. Look at all these crash helmets. And these riders have just gone into the show. Look, I'm gonna pan the camera around. They're not standing around anywhere watching their bikes. They just walk off. This just shows you the safety that I'm always bashing on about in China. Some of them even leave their keys in there. Very few. I'm sure they're just forgetful. But look, this Aprilia with that crash helmet on. And this is the QJ Moto Monster. It's a shame that I never really got to see it properly. Just crash helmets, rucksacks, bags just lying around. Back at the Voge stand, I'm not biased because all their instructors, like this girl here, are super attractive and super fast on this test track. I'm sure they've done this test track millions of times, but still, how to sell your bikes. I'm trying to zoom in. All those girls are instructors, and here we go again. This was by far the most attractive one. I'm sorry, I am here for the bikes really. She actually slowed down on this part because that participant there was super slow. If you've made it this far, I'd like to thank you for watching. And if you managed to watch all 3 days, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I hope you enjoyed what you see. So consider subscribing, sharing, liking and comment. I mainly do topics on life in China, the cost of China, the safety, Chinese EV cars. I'm not a fan for EV bikes, but EV cars, yes.